Hi, and welcome to Strap a Watch. I'm Michael Knapp with Michael Knapp Leather. Well, if you're newer to my channel, Strap a Watch, welcome. I'd really like to welcome you. I can't believe I have over 6,000 subscribers now. That's a great honor, because I'll tell you, I remember when I started, it was, very slow. It's still, I don't put out the kind of videos and numbers that I used to. It's been quite a while since I put out a show, and the whole premise was always around promoting enthusiasm and wearing leather watch straps and Alligator watch straps and bands on really mechanical watches. But it's not just mechanical watches. I mean, I make leather straps and Alligator straps for smart watches, Apple watches, and even quartz watches, really. So, but the main thing is, to me, mechanical watches are pieces of art. And what it is this is my art, is making these leather watch straps and bands for folks. And it's just a passion of mine. I'm one of the busiest guys you'd ever met. I'm involved in a Wagyu beef cattle ranch and beef operation. And I'm an audio prosthologist. I own and operate a hearing healthcare clinic. Not to mention always having between 20 and 40 watch strap orders going at any given time. So that's, the sacrifices had to have been really putting out the shows like I used to. I used to try to put out a show a week, but as you're watching this strap that's being built for this very special watch, which I'll be talking about here in a moment, I put this all together and filmed it last December of 2024. And I'm speaking to you right here today is the first week of October 2025. That's how busy I've been. And the gentleman who ordered this strap, he is a busy business owner himself. His name is Chris. He lives up in New Hampshire. He owns several car washes. And the backstory, I'm going to kind of butcher it, I bet, and I'm being honest with you guys. I had taken notes that I can't find. I'm going off of memory. I've tried contacting Chris to let him know that I'm putting the show out here, and I hadn't heard back from him. I know he's just an extremely busy guy. But the reality is getting one of these Daytona Le Mans was so difficult. The biggest question I had when I first started talking with him over the phone was, how did you even get the watch? And man, the backstory was incredible. We ended up speaking for hours. Again, he's a busy guy. He's got a son and a daughter that both race motorcycles. Chris himself owns a Shelby GT. So they're a racing pedigree of a family, and that was, I think, what was totally instrumental in him being able to get the watch, because even at the authorized dealer, he had to fill out an application. So I'm not sure how that works across the board with all authorized dealers, especially for a watch like this. But he was told that he needed to submit an application. And there were two, I remember from what he was saying, young ladies that worked at this authorized dealer that he frequents. And they kind of helped guide him in filling this application out. And he was awarded the watch. I've been on a waiting list for a Rolex Pepsi, for 6 years, and I have a pretty good in at my authorized dealer. And it's just, and I'm not going to go in the gray market and spend way more than you could get at list price through an authorized dealer. I'm just not going to do it. So, and today what's happened with this Rolex Daytona, this Le Mans, which was a commemorative watch that Rolex had put out really just for that 1 year, just a few years ago, is I think Chris told me he paid $52,500 for the watch. I don't hold me to it, but I think that's what it was. And the last time I checked, these were going for $250,000. And the reason he wanted to get a strap for it, he had told me, is, he wanted to protect the bracelet, take the bracelet off, put it away, not get that dinged up in any way, and have a strap made. And the cool thing is, this Chris guy, he's also a leather crafter. So, I'm like talking to him, and I'm like, well, buddy, just make a strap for yourself. He's like, no, I don't, I don't specialize in that. I've never made one. I don't, this is your thing. Okay, I was very honored with that. He specializes in making briefcases, so just really cool, to get to know him and find out what he does. He sent me pictures. His work is absolutely beautiful. So I was very honored to have made this strap for him. And what's really cool, I always show the final product. If, again, you're new to my channel, you're getting to see me hand make this strap for him and his Le Mans. And then I also show, final shots of it on his watch and on his wrist. So stay tuned for that. That's coming up shortly. But all these different steps that you're seeing me do, these are my traditional style straps. I also do some other types of customization of straps, aviator style straps. What this is called is a rally sport strap. I got turned on to it by one of my longtime subscribers and customers, Mr. Mark Wolfson, up in the Seattle, Washington area. He was the first one who contacted me, and I was like, man, I don't want to poke holes in my beautiful straps, but I ended up doing it for him, and it's now a very popular thing. I actually wear one almost daily because, I live in Florida, Orange Park, Florida, just outside Jacksonville, Florida, and it's always very hot. This was one of the most hottest summers I can ever remember. And I have that on my Zen 556i, which was I think the last episode I had put out was making a rally strap for that watch, my Zen 556i. It's my favorite watch. I own a few different Rolexes and Omegas and Grand Seikos, and I have a Baume Mercier. I own some really nice pieces, but just day in, day out, daily wear, my Zen 556i is what I wear almost every single day. I love the watch. Most of my other ones are in a watch case in my safe. I keep a couple on my watch winder. You can see, and I do a wrist roll here coming up of the Omega Seamaster that I'm wearing. And it's kind of ironic because those of you who have watched my channel over the years know that my son-in-law, Eric, who works for me, he's a hearing aid specialist, and he works for me at our hearing healthcare clinic, just had celebrated 10 years this year. And I ended up putting the bracelet back on the watch and gave him the watch in the box. That was his 10-year anniversary, was getting the watch that I'm wearing on this episode, one of my Omega Seamaster watches. So pretty cool. But I wanted to give him a bigger raise than I could afford. And I was just like, I got to get him something else, and the first thing that came to my mind was a watch. And out of all the watches, this was probably one I wore the least, this Omega Seamaster. And here, this is something guys always like to see, is just, and I go kind of involved in the buckle end, the short end, is hand saddle stitching, leather crafting, hand saddle stitching this strap together. So this is the point, and you got to see me prick the stitching holes. And for those leather crafters out there, I have these on a 3.38 millimeter spacing, and I'm using 0.06 tiger thread. He ordered red thread, as you can see, And that's to go with the Daytona font that's on the dial. And also on the bezel, there's a red 100, which marks the 100th anniversary of the 24 Hours of Le Mans. So that's pretty special. Again, I wish I had my notes and could let you know more, but here's that Omega Seamaster, and this was on a blue alligator, midnight blue alligator strap that I made with double row stitching. I offer that a la carte. It's a little bit extra of a charge because it takes more time. So you're getting to see me hand saddle stitch this together. What you don't realize is for me to do a strap, it's all told about 45-minute process, really. I could use a sewing machine. I do have a leather sewing machine. I do not use it really anymore ever since I started my watch straps. But for other leather goods in the past, I used to use it all the time. It would literally take me a couple of minutes to stitch a watch strap together with the sewing machine. But I always like to showcase this. This is a little bit more involved on this episode because I'm showing you the whole stitching of this buckle, and coming up here how it's finalized is called back stitching. That's how it's all held together. So right in here, what you'll see me do is go through that last hole, and you come in on both sides, and then right there you go back, and I go back 2, and then it's all going to hold together just fine. That's a lot stronger of a stitching. You could cut the strap and it's not going to unravel than with a sewing machine. If you ended up just cutting the thread, the whole thing will unravel. This will not unravel ever. So my straps are made to last basically a lifetime if you care for them well. And every strap, when I send it out, comes with a write-up on the care and maintenance of the strap and the limited lifetime warranty and a little bit about the different types of leathers. So this is made out of black Horween shell Cordovan leather, and it's actually, I put in, I think it was black Shinki Hikaku shell Cordovan leather linings. And there's the strap for my Zin 556i. I was just going off measuring, but you can see you're poking some pretty good size holes in here. What that allows is breathability. And again, it's called a rally sport strap. It's really kind of a race car style of strap. And, in keeping with the racing theme, this is, I think, why Chris chose this. And he had found my channel and subscribed. And yes, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. That always helps out. But that's what prompted him to place an order with me and contact me. And I'm a big car guy myself, and motorcycle enthusiast. My wife Linda and I both ride motorcycles. Those of you that watch the channel know that. So here's a shot of my motorcycle. It's a 2014 Honda CB 1100 that I have converted into what I call a gentlemanly cafe racer style. And then here's Linda's motorcycle. It's a 2019 Honda Shadow Phantom. And we both just love to ride, and I'll tell you, if I could do life over again, I would have been a race car driver. I really think so, man. Here's final product just to show you guys, and you'll get to see it on his wrist here shortly, but pretty cool shots. And it's something to think about, I think every single human being is born with some type of innate, talent of genius, whether, I always wanted to be a race car driver, but I never got the opportunity to really do it. And who knows, maybe I could have been the world's greatest race car driver. And there's so very few people that end up finding what their talent of genius is, whether it's, Picasso or Einstein or Jack Nicklaus or whoever it might be. They were able to tap into it, find it, utilize it in life, exploit it, become very, wealthy from it, and became the best in the world at it. And then you got guys like Tesla, well, he's got a car company named after him now, but, talk about genius. Here's the reverse side, so you can see how I get to butcher my logo every time I do this, which I hate, but... And now, this is the strap on the watch. So thank you, Chris, for these shots. I really appreciate it. I made him a bonus strap of if I owned a watch, how I would make the strap, and I sent it to him. He loved it. He never ended up shooting me a picture of it. So if you do have a picture of that, Chris, please send it to me someday. I'd really like to see it on the watch. But really cool. Look at that watch. What a piece of art. And here it is on his wrist right here. Amazing. Amazing. Talk about, oh man, a glory watch. And one last look. So I appreciate you guys. Please subscribe. Thank you. And until next time, God bless and keep on ticking.